We all know that plastic is a huge problem for our planet. It's everywhere, in the oceans, in the streets, even inside our bodies. And the sad truth is that most of it will never decompose. So we need to do something about it. But wait, don't worry. This is not one of those doom and gloom videos. Because, guess what? Kids can be heroes too. Yes, that's right. Children have the power to save the planet from plastic pollution. This means being smart about the stuff we buy and using less plastic whenever we can. It might sound simple, but trust me, it works. One great way to start is by getting kids to bring reusable water bottles, lunchboxes, and cloth bags instead of plastic ones. Recycling is the process of turning old plastic into new things. Kids can sort plastic waste into different bins based on the type of plastic. For example, bottles, tubs, and containers can go in one bin, while plastic bags and wraps can go in another. To make it more engaging, turn it into a game. Kids can race against each other to see who can sort the most items correctly, or they can work together to reach a common goal. Make it a family mission to reduce, reuse, and recycle plastic. You're well on your way to becoming a plastic hero. But don't stop there. With the right mindset and a dash of creativity, you can make it a fun and rewarding journey. Alright, so you've learned about the 3 R's, but now it's time to take action. Here are a few ideas to help you get started. By teaching kids how to reduce, reuse, and recycle plastic, you're equipping them with the tools they need to become eco-conscious adults. This could mean using cloth bags instead of plastic ones, or switching to a reusable water bottle. It might seem like a small change, but every little bit counts. Second, organize a neighborhood cleanup day. Get your friends and neighbors involved and see how much plastic waste you can collect. You could even make it a friendly competition with prizes for the most collected items. And third, spread the word. Share what you've learned with others and encourage them to do the same. You could make informative posters, give talks at school, or even start a social media campaign. The more people you reach, the more impact you'll have. And who knows, maybe one day they'll be the ones leading the charge to protect our planet. Take what you've learned and share it with others. Inspire your friends and family to join you on your mission to save the planet from plastic pollution. Let everyone take turns being in charge of the recycling program so everyone feels ownership over it. By making it a team effort, you'll create lasting habits that everyone can follow. The key is to make it fun and interactive so kids learn without even realizing it. This means sorting plastic waste into the correct bins, so it can be processed and turned into something new. It's important to teach kids how to do this correctly because it makes a big difference. Not only does this reduce waste, but it also teaches kids about the importance of taking care of the environment. Plus, reusable stuff is often cuter than plastic, so it's a win-win situation. Others can be turned into something completely new, like plastic bags, which can be turned into carpets or benches. Learning doesn't have to be boring. There are tons of fun ways to teach kids about plastic waste. For example, you could quiz them on which items go in, which bin, or hold a recycling race at home or school. The possibilities are endless. You can even make a family competition out of it. Encourage kids to draw, paint, or sculpt using recycled materials. Not only is this a fun way to learn, but it also teaches kids about upcycling and how to create something new from something old. And don't forget the power of storytelling. Whether it's a story about a superhero who saves the planet from plastic pollution, or a silly tale about talking trash cans, stories can captivate young minds and make learning about plastic waste an adventure. Whoever finds the most interesting plastic to recycle gets a point. At the end of the month, the person with the most points gets a prize. You can choose what that prize is. Maybe it's extra screen time, a trip to the ice cream parlor, or anything else your kids love. Just make sure the prize is eco-friendly. And today, let's learn how to reduce, reuse, and recycle plastic, all in a fun, creative way. They'll be more likely to use them if they feel like they own them. Reusing plastic means finding new ways to use it instead of throwing it away. This could mean turning old containers into crayon holders, plant pots, or even bird feeders. Not only does this reduce waste, but it also sparks creativity and teaches kids about resourcefulness. Also, make it fun. Turn choosing an eco-friendly water bottle into a treasure hunt, or a reusable bag into a superhero sidekick. By making it fun, kids won't even realize they're learning about being Okay, so first things first, let's talk about reducing the amount of plastic we use. Here's a little tip. Get your kids involved in choosing the reusable items they want. All you need to do is cut the bottom of the bottle, decorate it with the kids, and fill it with birdseed. Then hang it outside and watch as the birds enjoy their new feeding spot. Another fun idea is creating a worm farm. Kids can make homes for worms out of plastic containers, and then use the worm castings as fertilizer for their plants. Not only is this a great way to reuse plastic, but it also teaches kids about composting and sustainability. Alright, now let's move on to the second R. Reusing. One awesome project is turning plastic bottles into bird feeders. Okay, so we've talked about reducing and reusing, but now it's time for the third R. Recycling. One great way to learn is by making sorting stations at home or in the classroom. Now, some plastics can be recycled over and over again, like plastic bottles. Alright, so we've covered the basics, but let's take it up a notch. Make it a game. Another great way is to get creative, and here's a bonus tip. Involve the whole family. Okay, so by now, you've learned how to reduce, reuse, and recycle plastic. You see, saving the planet from plastic pollution doesn't have to be a drag. So go forth, young Padawans, and may the force of eco-friendliness be with you always. First, swap out single-use plastics in your home with reusable alternatives. Remember, every journey starts with a single step, so don't wait. Start today and make a difference.